Hi there, welcome to Cooking in Poverty, the show where we teach you how to make great meals, cheap meals, but the kind of meals that you find at fancy restaurants. The kind of restaurants that don't always let me in, but that's fine. Screw them, we're going to make it right here on Cooking in Poverty. All right, to start off with, of course, we have the main ingredient, which will be beef. Beef is not usually used in Moroccan stew. In fact, they usually use goat. So we'll get the carrots going. I love doing this part. I always feel like a Japanese samurai. Green olives. Green olives known to people with high blood pressure as green death because they are so high in sodium. That's why I don't put too many in, just to give it a bit of salt. I haven't added any salt, so try not to do that. So we'll throw that in just very easily. Just kind of drop it in. You'll also notice that I actually use plastic containers for most of my spices. I buy them in bulk. Sort of like these large bags. Cheaper, much cheaper that way. Find yourself an empty jar. This used to be a jam jar. Throw it in there. Put a label on it. You'll save a heck of a lot of money. What you don't want to do is, in fact, try not to buy too many of these things. In fact, all you're really doing is paying for glass. If you look at the price range, it's not even comparable. Great, let's stir it up. And this is another key thing about cooking with spices. What you want to do is you want to let the spices get right in there, in the heat. Don't put any fluid on. Don't try to water it down. It'll lose its power. There's actually chemical reactions happening when you have spices on a hot surface. I like to rinse my beans because it's the water that makes you fart, not the beans. What we want now to put in is a lemon. So half a lemon. Squeeze that in so everyone can see. Let the juice run down my leg, in your eye. Okay, this is turning into the torture meal. Got garlic in my thumb, I got lemon in my eye. So let me just tell you a little story here about tequila. I have a great tequila recipe since I just got shot in the eye with a lemon and it really hurts. You have your regular kind of tequila shots, right? You lick a bit of salt in your finger, or between your thumb and your finger here, your index, right? Shot of tequila, and you suck on a lime. For Ultimate Warrior, you snort the salt, shoot the tequila, and then shoot yourself in the eye with the lime. So if anyone really wants to do that, by all means, it's a fantastic experience. There are Seventh-day Adventists who I've just found out, in fact, are hardcore vegetarians. I didn't realize that's what Seventh-day Adventists were. And in the Bible somewhere it says, eat nothing but nuts or whatever. So they've been eating a lot of nuts. Apparently there's some of the highest concentration of centenarians. Those are people who live to the age of 100. Them and the Okinawans, those little Japanese people who live for very long times as well, and Sardinians who love to eat cheese, which apparently is supposed to make you live longer as well. So eat nuts, eat cheese, and eat as an Okinawan and you'll be fine. Voila! Moroccan stew. Looks wonderful, even better for you. All right, the greatest thing about this meal, of course, is that it's very, very, very cheap. So let's try to figure out the final tally on this meal. So to start off with vegetables, $2.25. Canned goods, $3.54. And our final thing, of course, is the meat. And the meat I got on special, $4.85. The grand total, $10.64 divided by 4, $2.66 per person. Try to get that at some of those fancy Moroccan restaurants. It can't be done. So remember, just because you're dirt poor doesn't mean you gotta eat dirt. Let's eat, boys.